This video will show you a way to find a magazine that you can cite for a research paper. So one way to find magazine articles is using a search engine like Google. And what you want to do, you won't want to type magazine article into your search. What you want to do is look for an actual magazine like The Atlantic that you might have heard of. And so I Googled The Atlantic, and on Google it gives me the option to search right here under the term The Atlantic. If you don't see something like that, you can always go to the magazine's website and look for a search bar there. So we will search for genetically modified foods, and these are the search results that I get from theatlantic.com. Now at the top of the list they're showing me ads, so I need to keep scrolling to ones that don't say ads and that say they're at theatlantic.com. And I can click on one of these articles, and I can read this source and use it as a source in my paper as long as my instructor doesn't mind me using online magazines as my sources. The bad thing about doing your search this way is that you first have to come up with a magazine to search that you already know about. And second, you can only search one magazine at a time. So a more efficient way is to use the library databases that you're paying for with your tuition dollars. Now, one way that you can get there is on our Canvas site. It says Library Resources here on the left, and that will open up the library search page right on Canvas. I'm going to give myself a little more room in another tab, but it's the same page, and I can search again. I can search genetically modified foods and see what pops up. Now these search results are not specifically for magazines, so if I scroll down on the left here, it says limit by source type, and I can click magazines to weed out some of those sources that are not the kind of source I'm looking for right now. Okay, so I can look through the titles on this page and see what sources look interesting to me. I'm going to click on this one, Findings from Dow AgroSciences. And this page gives me citation information that I might need. And often at the bottom of the page, you'll be able to read the article, but sometimes you won't. If it doesn't show the article, on the left-hand side, it might say, get this article now, or download PDF. So this one says, get this article now, and that means I can open it on another website. Sometimes when I click the Get This Article Now button, the page doesn't actually open. It'll say no options available. But if you close that tab and try clicking on Get This Article again, that usually works the second time. Now here it's giving me different search results, so I'm going to click here to read the article. And now I've got the full text of the article, so I can read this right here. At the bottom of this article, it has a citation. I can copy and paste that into a working bibliography, and I can use it as a citation later as long as I check the formatting before I use it in my paper. You may also want to print or download the article so that you still have access to it later in case something happens, we don't have the subscription anymore or something like that. So those are the two main ways that you can find magazine sources for your paper. You can search online from a specific magazine, or you can use the library databases and search lots of magazines at the same time. I hope that helps.